Welcome to episode 2 of Living the Journey. My name is CJ Sanchez.
I'm Jenna Guad Harris.
Awesome. We're at our new location for filming today's shoot. We are at the Mission Seed Building, part of the Mission Economic Development Center. It's their building here off of Bryan and Business 83. It's got a more techie feel, kind of addressing the elephant of the room with being able to. You'll be able to hear us more on this one. You all might have seen the technical difficulties we had with our first episode, but it's part of the journey. We're learning as we go.
We're living the journey.
Yeah, literally figuring it out as we go along. So we apologize for that. But yeah, this go around is, you can hopefully hear us clearly right now. That's a plan. Yeah, no, definitely. But it's we're learning as we go, and it's been, you guys are literally seeing it with us. And today we've got a whole different setup and whatnot. So we're excited. We will be, kind of working out those kinks. I know we had a little issue with the sound.
And then on the intro video of Living the Journey, it says it's spelled wrong. Journey is spelled wrong.
Well, not anymore. It shouldn't.
Moving forward, it's not going to be misspelled. I feel like I've been writing the word journey so many times that I don't know. I forgot.
It all just looks the same. Journey. It's kind of like those things, like when something's misspelled, as long as those letters are in there,
it starts to look weird. Yeah.
But that, and then on IG, we figured our whole episode didn't upload, but we're going to be adding a link to that, so don't worry about that. We'll get that up here going soon. But
we're working on it.
It's been a week. I think we can. It's safe to say we know to just relax with it and let it flow as it's supposed to.
Yeah, well, it's just this was going on. Plus, we've got our full-time jobs and other projects that we're working on, and it was everything just really piled up this week. It was a pretty stressful one.
Which leads us into our discussion for today. One of the things we wanted to talk about were our routines. I know today we're gonna do our morning routines. We're gonna talk about morning routine, and definitely
my favorite.
Yeah, definitely, because we're complete opposites, and that was one of the things that we were talking. And everybody has their own different styles and different routines and different ways they do things, but yours is very unique, and I don't really have a specific morning routine. So I wanted Jenna to share her morning routine with us because mine's pretty basic, and it's nothing special, and it just depends on what's going on.
I'm sure it's very special for
It's not that.
No. The thing with me is I wake up really early. Because I like to cram everything into the morning. There's something really, really nice about mornings, about being the only person awake. And, it's silent, it's peaceful. I feel like I can get so much done. So
I'm laughing because I make fun of the fact that where we're opposites. I'm on my third dream, and you're waking up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm getting home from my day, and Jenna's on her second dream. It's complete opposite.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I go to sleep really, really early. Early-ish, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. I'm already in bed and just trying to go to sleep.
One of the things I think is really cool, though. In that aspect of things is that you have so much going on. I don't think everybody really knows all that you juggle. And
I don't even know what's all going on in my life.
The projects the things that it's not really just one job. Plus, we're adding this to the mix, but you really need to get the day started on a certain foot for you to be able to tackle everything. So I'm dive right in and take us into your routine, please.
Cool. Okay, so I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. The first thing that I do is I walk to the sink, and while I'm brushing my teeth, I've got all these sticky notes and messages and prayers on my mirror. So I'm brushing the teeth. I'm absorbing my brain with all these.
Are they prayers that you write out?
So some of them are quotes. Some of the quotes that I have on there is work on your mind to get out of your mind.
Oh, nice.
To me, that's super important. I think we kind of get in our way too much with our thoughts. And so that's a good reminder for me. And then another one that I have that I'm super passionate about is think global, act local.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, it's just a beautiful reminder of everything that I'm about. That's my purpose.
That actually reminds me of our first conversation.
Yeah.
The reason you called. With your
to me, it's really important to give back to my community and to remember why I do the things that I do. And it's just, so that I can give more of myself.
That's awesome that you remind yourself that on a daily basis, though, in the morning. And that's the thing, and that's why I think it's so cool that you have that structure, and that it doesn't fluctuate, doesn't change, because I want to get We've talked about it before, but here breaking it down, I think not only like I'm gonna pick up on it, but I know people that maybe have a routine already. You know, just.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I try to do it every day, but it doesn't happen every day, and I try not to beat myself up about that because I'm coming from a super unhealthy place of where my routine was like super rigorous. And if I didn't stick to that routine, I was like pissed off. I was like in a bad mood because how dare something that wasn't on the schedule like throw off my day. Yeah. But you know, I learned to relax a little bit, listen to my body, listen to my brain, and you know, if I'm not feeling it on a certain morning, I may have an appointment with my personal trainer, but if I'm not feeling good, I need to rest more. I'll text him and like, hey, it's not going to happen today, or you know, I might walk out and go train with him. But he always asks me, how are you feeling today? Yeah. Are you achy? Are you sleepy? And if whatever my answer is to him, he'll adjust the workout, or we may just bullshit for like 10-15 minutes so that way I can wake up. So but yeah, so first the first thing is, you know, brush the teeth, reading all my intentions and prayers and reminders to myself. I go to the coffee pot. Coffee is, I have to have it every morning, and it's not so much that it's like an addiction. Yeah. It's my pre-workout.
It's part of your routine.
Yeah, it's the routine. It really is the routine, and I don't even know that it like energizes me anymore. But it's just the feel of the cup of coffee, like warm in my hands.
Yeah.
And it really is my pre-workout. I try not to take anything unnatural. Like I know coffee's enough for me. So so I do that. I take off to the gym, get a good hour workout, and then I come back home. And here's the fun part. This is my favorite part because I'm already like feeling the good energy, and I've challenged myself. I've challenged my body, and so I've created this really great energy that I've harnessed to like give back into whatever I've planned for the day. But then I meditate. I'm super big into my meditation because it helps me like to settle the thoughts and to really just like calm down for a little bit and to listen to the inner voice.
And you posted one this week, and that I tried it. We did that 12-minute one. I think it was like on Tuesday.
The gratitude one?
Yeah, the gratitude one.
Yeah.
And I, like I said, I don't have a set structure, but I pick up on things and I try to implement something, and you had posted that, and I just like randomly like saw it, ironically.
Oh, that makes me happy that you tried it.
I don't know if I told you. Have I told you or not?
No, you didn't.
So yeah, I tried it, but for me, where I got that, and I could see where you make that part of your deal, is that like if I wake up, I'm already back in my thoughts, and I'm back into that daily bullshit of like whatever triggers like anxiety, or you know, you get into work mode and just kind of get going. But I think to like give myself a little bit more time to actually wake up and have different thoughts and start it on a positive note. Even once you start thinking about the daily things, like it's from a different perspective.
Right.
You have a different outlook on it. So
that's what it is. It's like it's like a different lens. Like the meditation just like helps to, like the gratitude one. I had a really stressful day, but I was grateful for everything that I had to do because it was like, hey, this is an opportunity to to better the community, to help my family with stuff. I'm planning a bridal shower for one of my really good friends. So it was like, that was on my plate too. But instead of it being like, oh, I've got to do this, it was more of like, no, I get to do this.
Yeah.
So just a different outlook for me. So, but yeah, so part of my meditation, like I have to set up my little scene. I get home, I go to the back porch.
Yeah.
That I like to be outdoors when I'm doing it, because there's something about like sitting on the floor, Mother Earth, and like connecting to it, grounding myself, and then hearing all of the birds and the chirping and the crickets, and so it just puts me in a place of like connection. Right. Also, I'm just a small piece of the puzzle in like a bigger world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way you connect to it. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
And so I'm really into my crystals. So I'll pick a crystal that matches the intention or the vibe of the day. I try not to think about it too much. It's just like whatever like my intuition is calling me to. I'll grab my crystal, I set my incense, and then I go into my meditation.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. I love it. I really, really love it. What else?
Real quick on the crystal thing,
Yeah.
like, is that something when you purchase them or you get them, like, you're not getting any one for specific things, right? I mean, I forgive my
No, I'd love talking about this because I'm really not passionate about it, but it's interesting to me and it's important to me. But no, I don't try to premeditate it or think about it too much. I walk into the store to buy my crystals, and whatever my intuition is saying to go to, like, I gravitate towards it, and I'll pick it up. I feel it. You know, it's, I don't know. I have to connect with it.
Cool.
What's cool though about the whole crystal thing is, like, I'll use it based on, like, the vibe that I'm feeling, and I'll look it up later to see what that crystal is intended for, and it always somehow matches. Yeah, it always somehow matches what I was using it for. So that's really cool.
Awesome.
But yeah. So after I do my meditation, I go to the shower. And have you ever heard of Wim Hof? Or the Wim Hof method?
No.
So he's like this, and I'm probably getting a lot of these details wrong, but...
Oh, wait, no, yeah, go ahead.
So he's like a Norwegian or something, this older man who teaches this method of cold showers or cold dunking, and I don't have a cold tub, and it's really complicated to do that every single morning. So I was trying to figure out, well, like, how can I incorporate the cold shower thing into my daily routine? Or not cold shower, but the cold method. So I do it in the shower. Granted, your shower's not going to get that cold, but it's still freaking, it's cold.
I get,
but,
I'm sensitive to that stuff.
Yeah, but the whole point of that is, so think about, like, how you handle stressful situations.
Okay.
Like, you're all stressed out about something and you get frazzled. Well, putting yourself in a cold shower kind of evokes the same kind of stress on the body.
Oh, okay, but in a positive way.
What, like in a controlled way.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
so like you're controlling it and you're in control.
Right.
So it teaches you how to handle stressful situations in a controlled environment, so that when you're faced with that stress in an external environment that you can't control, you can handle it better.
So that's not for, like, a health perspective though, like, because I've also heard, like, the cold shower, like, is also, like, kind of like get the cells, like, going.
Yes. So there's a hormetic response also, and there's a lot of other things that I can't get into because I'm not that smart. I just don't know. I don't know all the details of it, but apparently it helps with, like, cell rejuvenation and getting the blood circulating.
Nice.
So there's a lot of things that go on internally, and then also, like, in your psyche.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of benefits to it, and I notice a difference. Like, I can be sitting in traffic and in a hurry to get somewhere, but I'm like, I'm chill, like, I'm cool as a cucumber.
I need to go that
literally.
Yeah. No, I need to, like, freeze myself then.
Yeah. Try it. I swear it works, but I understand, like, it's hard to talk yourself into going into a cold shower.
I did that cryo thing one time.
I still haven't done it yet. I need to.
No, I think I'm scared of cold, super cold stuff after that now.
You traumatized yourself?
Yeah, it's not that bad, but still, like, I don't like cold.
It's fair.
I'm warm-blooded, and I'm just kidding.
No, like, I put this sweater on today because it was 65 degrees outside. Because it was less than 70, I put on a sweater, and, like, now I'm freaking hot. I'm, like, rethinking this sweater altogether.
These lights.
I don't like to be cold either, but in my shower, in a controlled setting, it's all right. Yeah. So then after that,
so that's on a daily basis for you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's on a daily basis. I don't do the whole thing cold, but I go back to warm after, like, 3 minutes. So then before I leave the house, I make myself a shake that looks like swamp water.
I've seen that before. I can vouch for that. It really does look like swamp water.
I took a page out of Mark's book. So Mark makes a shake with, like, all kinds of stuff in it, and I used to, like, cringe at it, like, the fuck, like, it just looks gross.
Yeah.
Like, it literally looks like water from the Monte or something.
You walk us through the ingredients, because it sounds like a zoo.
Okay. So it's like 8 ounces of, like, whatever nut milk I have in my fridge. I throw in a scoop of collagen. I throw in a scoop of vegan protein. There's lion's mane. Lion's mane's good for for the noggin. Really good for creativity and focus. I put a bunch of different fiber things in there, like psyllium husk. I put hemp seeds, chia seeds, flaxseed, all kinds of seeds. What else? A handful of spinach, and that's it. I blend it up, and I take that with me, like in a big old cup with another cup of water, and I have to start my day like that. And if I don't take the water with me, CJ, like I'll forget to drink water.
Oh gosh.
I won't have water until like lunchtime, or until I'm like my lips are chapped and I'm like. So I have to leave with that Yeti mug. Like if I don't do that, I'm setting myself up for a bad day.
Gotcha. But and you've made this point. You've told me this personally before. Like you make sure that you drink that shake to make sure you get your important nutrients, because you sometimes don't.
Yeah, I mean because life happens, and
you're super busy.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I have like 10 jobs.
Yeah.
But so if I don't have that green shake in the morning, it's possible that I may not get any greens, because if I'm doing lunch in a hurry, I'm just going to grab what's convenient, and it may not be a bad choice, but I know that it's not as much fiber, as much vitamin and mineral that I would have preferred.
Right.
So at least I know that I got the day started with that green shake, and it's like I'm good to go.
So you wake up, you get to walking, you're doing your hygiene stuff, what would you call that again? Your prayers and
my meditation,
your manifestations also, right?
Yeah.
And then your workout, your crystal meditation post workout. Your coffee. That's part of the routine.
Don't forget that.
That's important.
Cannot forget that.
And then it's pretty structured. Like you're set for the day, and that's what I think is really cool about. When I hear you talking about that, like I said, I lack a routine, straight up, and it just depends on. I struggle with sleeping, and my nighttime routine is a little.
We need to work on that.
Yeah,
we need to talk about the sleep.
Yeah, and we will, and I know one of coming up soon, we're going to do like night routines, and we're opposites, and that's more. I wouldn't even say that's completely like a set routine, but it is a little bit more structured for me. My evenings seem to be a little bit more structured. I've never really been a morning person, but as I've gotten older, it's something that I know I want to start incorporating, and I think it's just creating that routine.
Yeah.
And kind of like what they say, like 21 days to
start a habit.
So that's something that I am, and so it was important for me to hear this out with you, and also. You guys, please share your routines.
Yeah,
share your
I want to know what
routines.
you do.
Yeah, definitely. Leave comments. Send us a DM. Send us a message, or comment on below. But we definitely want to know, like, kind of what, or I want to know what motivates you, what kind of gets you going in the morning. But then also, like, for me, it's if I can set the tone on a different note, and I notice this, and that's where I'm like, okay, I've noticed that if I leave here and I have done X, Y, and Z before I go, I have a different approach to my day, and I have a different outlook on things. So work in progress for sure. But something that I do admire about your
thank you.
Yeah, because I think and your success speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Like us you throw this into the mix, you throw another project in the mix, and we're able to, and that's because we both have our jobs, but we manage to,
When you want to do something, if you're really passionate about it, you're going to find the time. You'll make the time, you'll find the time, you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that. And if you have to wake up a little bit earlier, go to sleep a little bit later, you just adjust. Yeah.
I agree. I'm excited. I think I definitely I've always taken some pointers out of that aspect of things because I lack it. So I think it's.
We've all got something to work on.
There we go. But yeah, guys.
But anyway, share your feedback with us. I want to know what you do for your routine. I want to hear about it. Maybe you don't have a routine and you're like this guy over here. But whatever works for you, right? Join us next time. We're gonna be we're gonna have a guest.
Yeah.
So be ready for that, and like our page, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time on Living the Journey.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.